So Lior Krolowitz, hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right. If not, he'll correct me when we start the interview, from Yale Consulting is coming to my office now. He's been, I think, in the SEO space, search marketing space for a dozen years or so. He's coming a little bit later tonight. Obviously, it doesn't make a difference to you when it's being recorded, but he has an interesting history. He actually been in the SEO space, search marketing space for 12 plus years. He started his own firm, I think 11, 12 years ago, named Yale Consulting. I believe he was based in Israel. And I think he also was in the IDF, which is the Israel Defense Forces. So it's interesting talking to him about that as well, and how that maybe translated into his starting his own business and so forth. I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, I set up the pool. I haven't been using the pool table in, I don't think I ever used it, but it's been in the office for, I don't know, a couple dozen years, or a dozen years here in this space. I should really empty the space out and see maybe we could play pool while we're actually doing the interview. So I cleaned up a little bit, much better space over here. He'll be here in about an hour or so I'm all ready to roll when he gets here. I hope you like this. Hopefully the clanking of the pool stick into the balls or whatever isn't too distracting, but hopefully you find this little change of pace better. We'll see. Hopefully it goes well. Hope you enjoy. Hopefully Lior's not too good at pool, because I haven't played since I was a teenager. In any event, hope you enjoy it. Lior, thanks for coming out here.
Pleasure.
I figured I'd change it up a little bit and actually use this pool table, and we'll play pool while none of us have played in like 15, 20 years probably.
Yes,
so
correct.
It'll be fun to do that while we talk. So can you tell people before we actually start who you are, what you do, and so forth?
Sure, my name is Lior Krolowitz. I'm CEO of Yale Consulting, a PPC marketing consultancy for small and medium-sized businesses.
Cool. All right. So let's get started playing. Just so you know, I cleaned up this little space here. So I think the people on the camera who are watching this saw the intro where it was a little bit messy. And if you want to do the honors, you could break.
All right.
So if I may, so you started in this space a while ago, like I think about a dozen years ago or so, right?
Yep, a little over a decade ago.
Before that, you had some odd jobs, I think?
I worked at a startup back then, a second person in the marketing team for a fashion company. And PPC landed on my desk, and I got to learn Google Ads and create reports and start their BI team. Nice.
Cycle again, right?
Yes, you do. We don't have to worry about stripes or solids unless you want to.
Oh, we're just, okay, counting.
Yeah, that's cool.
Whatever. Yeah.
Landed on my desk, got passionate about it. So I got to start the BI team, got deep into the data there. Then I went to work for a leading,
Nice.
thank you, online marketing company out in Santa Monica, California. I did pretty well over there. And,
So I can shoot wherever I want, right?
yeah, got to manage $1 million a month accounts, had fun there, but then decided that I enjoyed working with smaller businesses. When you make an impact, nice. It's a lot more fulfilling, I think. The small business helped them make a few more $1,000s or save their business. It's a lot more fun than the big budgets. So,
Okay, and before that, you were in the IDF, right?
I was in the Special Forces,
Can
Israeli.
we talk about that or no?
Yeah, we can talk about that. That's
Okay.
fine. I went back to volunteer and joined the Special Ops. Had a good time there.
Is that like high level? I don't know what the levels are. Special
Yeah.
Ops is pretty crazy. Like you go into pretty crazy areas.
Yeah, I got to do a lot of extreme stuff, but that's where I got spoiled to be part of high performance teams, which started off as a bunch of cocky 18 to 20-year-olds, but then you learn how to build a team and depend on each other, and I think that kind of work is just fun.
Do you think that work helped you build your own business and so forth?
Yeah, absolutely. I think working in corporations, I kind of miss that passion of people just liking what they do, relying on each other, and kind of producing the best results.
And you could probably kill me in like 5 seconds. But
I won't. Unless he beat me too bad. So yeah, that's starting the company. It's a big thing I look for with teammates. It's people who are really passionate about what they do, like helping others. So I think it's a lot more fun that way.
Was your company ever based in Israel?
It was when I was a consultant, but I never was able to grow it there because I was working with US companies. So worked like 8 o'clock at night till 6 a.m. for about 7 years. So no one wanted to join me for that.
So I kind of remember you were at XMX Israel. Am I making
Yes,
that up?
I presented there.
You
That's
spoke
right.
there.
Yeah.
So we go back pretty far then with that. Everybody in like the SEO space is like one big blur to me, if that makes sense. No offense, but
It's okay.
so I go.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's a small world, this SEO space.
It is. It's a lot of.
Could you share any crazy stories about being in the AEF? Or not really?
Crazy stories.
So I'm just a spoiled little American that's never picked up a gun or.
Yeah, I don't know. They walk in the middle of the desert and they see this huge bush full of thorns, and they say, "Okay, now stand in line and everyone flatten the bush." With what? Just jump on it and start flattening the bush. You just start rolling around in thorns, and it's like you learn to deal with some pain, I guess.
Wow.
That's
All right.
part of it. But at the same time, you just kind of realize just do it. First you're like, ow. You just do it, jump into it, and becomes part of the culture. You see everyone else do it. That's another thing. High performance team, everyone just does it and just get into it, and a little bit of competitiveness, but also camaraderie, and over time it gets to be pretty nice. I'm
Interesting.
gonna blame the wall here.
It's okay. The walls have holes all over it anyway. Cool. And then let's talk about some search stuff. So you're big into paid search, right?
Yes, Google
You've been doing
Ads.
paid search exclusively, or you did a little bit of SEO in the old days?
Mostly Google Ads. Paid search, we have someone helping there for some clients, but focuses Google Ads.
Just curious, has paid search at all changed over the past 10 years or so?
Yes. So a lot less control, and so it's a lot easier to lose money. Exact match not being exact match, the classic stuff like that.
You set me up.
There you go. What else? Yeah, I think it's getting a lot less control, and Google's talking about how the push for automation, and a lot of their sales team
Are they contacting your?
contact clients and telling them, I get a lot of people call me saying, Google help me, I'm wasting all this money, no results, and I get into their accounts, it's broad match, maximize conversions
Right.
with no conversion tracking, or every page visit is a conversion. So silly things like that. So it's a little painful to see sometimes.
And that's rampant amongst any Google account that Google manages. It's just they just don't do a good job.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's if the Google reps tells you to do something and you do it, it doesn't work. There's no real accountability, and just the way it is. And the fact of the matter is that those who are getting that advice from those Google reps are small accounts, and the $1 million a month accounts get the serious reps who.
Oh, so the big accounts actually do Google does a good job with, or not really?
Yeah, when I was managing $1 million a month accounts, we had a dedicated rep coming to the office, good advice, deep analysis, a lot of help.
Mm-hmm.
But most companies now are on the small side, and
That's cool. And your company has grown a lot in the past 12 years or so?
it has, but I'm really haven't pushed much for growth to sacrifice service quality, which I think is a big issue in our industry.